Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. In this practice, we will be exploring humble warrior. The humble warrior asana represents letting go of ego and surrendering to the present moment. So, my hope is that through this practice, as we explore different variations of humble warrior, humble bowing down, surrendering, that you can keep that in mind. Before we begin, as a reminder that every body is different and even our own bodies can feel different every day. So, as I suggest postures and movements throughout this practice, feel free to modify or to take a rest as needed and to practice with your own discretion. So, with that, let us begin. We'll begin right here in easy seated pose. If it's more comfortable for you, if you have a yoga block or a pillow, you can always sit on that to raise your seat a bit to find more ease in this pose. Let's take a few breaths here. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. This might be the first time today that you're focusing on your breath. Take this as an opportunity to slow down. Be thankful that we don't have to think about breathing. But when we do, it helps us to center ourselves and again to focus on that present moment. So let's move our arms up, sweep them up as we inhale, exhale, arms down to the side. Inhale, our arms up above. Exhale, arms to the side. Inhale, arms up above. And let's twist to the right as we exhale, keeping our spine long. Can look wherever it feels comfortable for your neck here. In your next inhale, sweep your arms up and let's come down and twist to the left or the opposite side. Take a few breaths here. And come back to seated. As we move through this practice, we'll be exploring humble warrior in different arm positions. So I want to make sure that our shoulders are warmed up. So let's do just some simple shoulder rolls forward, up and forward. Take a few at your own pace from one direction and then back. There's no magic number. Just so you feel like you've given equal attention to both sides, and then come to stillness. And take your right arm out in front, and let's bring our arm across our body and very gently hold onto our wrist. And we're just trying to feel a stretch, wake up the front of our arms here. And exhale. Inhale and exhale at your own pace. And switch that out to the other side. Now with our left arm out in front of us, and we'll bring that across. Hold on to your wrist. And don't pull or tug here. It's really just about going as far as your body. In almost all the movements in yoga and in life, go to where your body is telling you. Sometimes you want to go a little beyond, but not much. And bring your arms down. And now we'll take some bigger circles with our arms up and over. It's a bit like shoulder flossing, although we're not using a strap here. So bring your arms out wide, touch the mat, and then bring them up and back. Again, you can have shorter circles if it's too much on your shoulders to have the very wide circles. But again, on your own, take a few one way and then take it back the opposite way and come to stillness. You can shake out your shoulders a bit. The next pose that we'll start with um, is cow face pose arms. Later in the practice, we'll come back to this in the full pose. We'll attempt that. And I'm going to turn my back around just so you can see where my arms are at on my back. So stay in a seated pose. So this is Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So sit up straight, spine straight, looking ahead. Take your right arm out to the side. You want to internally rotate your shoulder by bringing your thumb to the ground toward the mat, and then bring that back behind you, wherever. If it falls here, that's fine. Trying to bring it onto your back of your hand onto your back. And then your left hand up and over, and you want to pretend you're patting your back, putting sun lotion on your back. You want to keep your spine tall and your head straight. And so the full pose is reaching, hands touching. Again, this is another pose that can be done with a strap. We're just opening up here. Chest expands as far as your arms go. Warm up our shoulders here. You can let that go. Shake out your shoulders, and let's take that on the other side. So take your left arm and rotate your shoulder to bring your thumb down. Bring your arm behind your back. Then your right arm goes up and over. Then just take a breath here. Keep looking straight. We don't want to be bent. We want a straight spine here. And you can let that go and shake out your shoulders. From here, come to table. And we'll do a few cat cows. So in table, make sure that your hands are over your wrists and your hands are over your wrists and your knees are under your hips. We're going to inhale onto cow. Bring your belly down, chest up. Exhale, cat. Belly button to spine, arch your back. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to neutral spine. Tuck your toes and push back to downward facing dog. If this is your first down dog of the day, pedal out your feet. Make sure your shoulders are pulled away from your ears. Your spine is long, your head is relaxed. You're not arching in your upper back. You want a straight spine, straight back, almost as if somebody is very gently pushing their palm into your upper back. Take a full cycle of breath here. And then step both feet forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then bring your arms all the way up, down to heart center, and then hands at your side. We'll do 2 rounds of Sun A for a full body warm up before we start exploring humble flows. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into a plank pose. Your knees can be on or off the mat here. Shift forward slightly and come down to the mat. With control, inhale, back bend, cobra. Tuck your toes and push back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And your next inhale, step both feet forward to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up overhead. Bring your hands to heart center and then down at your side. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to a plank. Find your strong plank pose here on or off your knees. And your next exhale, shift forward and bring yourself down to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Just take a few rounds of breath here. And on your next inhale, step both feet forward to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then let's come back up, arms up overhead, hands to heart center, and then hands at your side. For our first humble warrior exploration, we're going to be bringing our hands to heart center in a warrior one pose. So let's begin as we are in Tadasana. Arms up overhead and come to chair pose. So bring your arms up, keep your arms up overhead, tailbone tucked, weight in your heels. Take a full breath in, then exhale, and then forward fold. Halfway lift. And come back up to that chair once more. A little bit of a challenge. You can try to lift your toes, make sure that the weight is in your heels. Come back to forward fold and step your right foot back to warrior one. Bring your arms up overhead. So in warrior one, our back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Our hips are still facing forward with a bend in our front knee. Let's bring our hands to heart center. And keeping our hands at heart center, keeping that bend in the front knee. If you need to shorten your stance, you can. Or widen your feet for balance. Go ahead and do that. Once you feel strong, let's bow forward. On an exhale, Inhale and rise. Exhale. Bow in a humble manner. Inhale. Rise. Let's do that once more. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Rise. Let's step that right foot forward if you can keep your balance. Otherwise, take a few steps. Let's lift that right leg and we'll take a tree pose. So your feet, variations on tree, can be here at your ankle, on your shin, or you can lift to your inner thigh. Never put pressure on your knee. So find that tree pose. Bring your arms up overhead if you feel balanced. And exhale to mountain pose. We'll take that on the other side. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Come to chair pose. Fold, forward fold. And then bring your left leg back to warrior one. Make sure that your shoulders are kind of pulled down and away from your ears in this warrior. Find your balance and strength, alignment. Make sure that there is still a bend in that front knee. You can have a micro bend in the back knee if that's what your knee is calling you to do today. Bring your hands to heart center. Take an inhale, and on an exhale, fold forward to a humble bow. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. You can keep your hands at your heart or bring them to your hips as we step forward for Ekapada Tadasana. That's one-legged. Mountain. Find your balance and then grow your tree on this side. Might be different than the other side. And if you're feeling balanced, you can bring your arms up overhead. And bring your foot down. Come to Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's bring our arms up overhead and sit back to chair. From chair, let's forward fold. Let's just go straight back to warrior one again. Bring your right foot back. Your arms up overhead. We'll explore a humble bow, humble warrior with eagle arms here. So bring your arms out in front of you and hug your right arm over your left. You can stay here or you can take eagle arms. You bring your arms up, your gaze is kind of at your creases of your elbow. Find your balance. Once you feel balanced, we'll do 3 bows here like we did just before. So exhale and bow forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up. So bring your arms back to traditional warrior one. Frame your front foot and come into a runner's lunge. And we'll take a twist here. So bring your right hand down on the mat and your left arm up to the sky. Just feel that twist. Come back down to your runner's lunge and push back to downward dog. Breathe in and out. On our next inhale, we'll step into a warrior one. So step your right foot up. Your left foot is at a 45-degree angle and bring your arms up to warrior one. And we'll take the eagle bind here. So arms in front of us. This time we'll put our left arm over our right and give ourselves a hug. Stay here or take eagle arms on this side. And after you take a big inhale, we'll exhale and bow forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow forward. Think about surrendering, letting go. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up. And take your arms back to warrior one. And bring your hands down to frame your foot and come into a runner's lunge, and we'll take that twist on this side. So left hand to the mat and bring your arm up to the sky, twisting in your upper back, looking up if that works with your neck. Bring your hands down, and we'll just step to the front of our mat into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. As we inhale, let's sit back into chair briefly and then stand into Tadasana. You guys are doing great. One more exploration of full, more traditional humble warrior. So standing in Tadasana, inhale, arms up overhead, sit back for that chair pose again. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back to warrior one. Hopefully your body having some muscle memory. We've done this several times now. So we'll do bound hands, humble warrior. So from here, you sweep your arms back to clasp behind your back. If that is not working for you today, you can always keep your hands at your hips. But we're going for bound hands. So you clasp your hands together. If you can get your palms to touch, you want to roll your shoulders back and bring your arms, try to straighten out your elbows. And so your chest is really lifted here. Don't, my front leg forgot it's a bend, so make sure you still have that bend in there. And then we will flow here again 3 times. So after you take a big inhale, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Bring your hands up overhead for warrior one. Find that warrior one again. And we'll transition to warrior three briefly. So bring your hands to your hips. Put all of your weight into your left leg and work keeping your spine long, bringing your leg, your right leg up and parallel with the mat, or as far as you can go, keeping your hips aligned and parallel with the mat. And if you can bring your arms out, can take that variation, come back into mountain pose Tadasana. Whew. Take a breath here. And let's take that on the other side. So we'll inhale into chair. Keep your tailbone tucked, heels have the weight. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot back to warrior one. Let's bring our arms behind us or to your hips. Make sure your shoulders are rolled back. Clasp your hands. Bend in the front knee. After a big inhale, we'll exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Again, thinking about surrendering, letting go. Inhale, rise up. One more. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Gently release your hands back up to warrior one. Shoulders down. You can bring your hands to your hips. Shift your weight forward in your front leg and come to warrior three. You can keep your hands at your hips or bring them out in front of you. Toes pointing at the mat. And come back to mountain pose. Whew. Take a breath here. And gratitude for all the movement that we've done so far. It's a lot of strength and patience with our bodies. So we'll start closing out this practice by exploring Gomukhasana, the cow face pose again. And this time we will take the legs if you'd like to try it. And both sides will be different. But for the Gomukhasana legs cow face pose, you bring one heel close in, kind of to your bum, I guess is a good way to describe it. And then your other leg up and over. And the goal is to align your knees. This can be challenging, so you can always just take a seated, easy seat or lightning bolt pose and sit like that, if that works for you. But if you're working on the full Gomukhasana, we'll bring this here, set up our legs. And then we have our right knee on top, if you're taking this with me. So we'll bring our left arm up and over to kind of pat ourselves on the back. Our right arm internally rotates, so our thumb is down, and bring the back of your hand to your back. Take a few breaths here and maybe notice if you feel more open After all of the arm arm movements that we did today, you can let that go. Shake out your shoulders and kind of rock your knees a bit. Let's try that on the other side. So for me, I'm bringing my right leg down on the bottom, my left knee up and over, making sure that my spine is tall. And I'll bring my right arm up and over to touch my back, making sure that my head and my spine, my neck is long. My left arm internally rotates, thumb pointing down, and bring that to the back. And you may find, as with many other asanas, that both sides of your body can be very different. And we'll remember that our both sides of our bodies are twins and are siblings and not twins. So take that out. Look at your shoulders. And we'll come to table pose. Shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. And we'll thread the needle. So you want to bring your right arm, lift it up, and then thread it underneath your left hand. You want the weight on your shoulder, not on your neck or your head. Just take a breath or two here. And we'll twist out of that. Bring your arm back up and then down to the mat. Let's take that on the other side. Arm up and then thread it underneath that right arm. Take a few breaths here. Again, thinking about surrendering the ego, being in the present moment. Then come back to table. Let's sit back into a staff pose. So spine tall, legs straight. We'll take a twist here. So bring your right knee up. You can keep it here, or you can bring it on the opposite side of your left knee. Bring your right arm behind you or out to the side. And think about twisting, sitting up, twisting with your upper back. And your hand can be here. And let's let that go. Let's do the opposite side, left knee bent. It can be over to the side. Left arm back and twisting in the upper back. Try not to hunch, but to be lifted. Let that go. Come back onto your back. We'll take a waterfall pose. We'll start though by bringing our knees to our chest. Kind of rock side to side. We did a lot of standing poses, so waterfall is nice for the blood flow. Just bring both legs up. I'm trying to have your toes pointing down toward you, like you're pushing the ceiling with your bottoms of your feet. And your hands can be on the side of you on the mat. On your next exhale, bring your legs down and we'll do a windshield wiper. So have your knees bent and your feet out a bit, kind of at the sides of your mat. And just let your knees fall to one side and then to the other. You can take one more round there. One side and then to the other. Bring your knees back up and you can rock your knees back and forth a bit. And then we'll find some stillness for a short shavasana. So shavasana we do in lying on our back here, or you can bend your knees if that feels better on your lower back. But find a position where you can stay still and be as comfortable as possible for a few moments here. Feel free to pause the video if you'd like to take more time. We'll just take 3 breaths during this video. You're going to start coming back to the present moment here on our mat. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And gently bend your knees. You can come straight to sitting up or come to one side for a brief moment. And bring yourself back up to a sitting position. Thank you for trusting me with your practice today. I hope this time has you feeling a bit more grounded, more connected, more able to think about surrendering ego and surrendering to the present moment. Until next time, take care.